Do you suggest Christians get to know the Qur'an in order to witness or reach Muslims? And if so, what should they learn about the Qur'an?
No, and next question. No, I'll say this. Again, Christians often assume that other people do exactly what they do. And Protestant Christians come at the Bible with the sola scriptura kind of mindset. They get their doctrine from the Bible. They assume other people do that too. The average Muslim, I'm not saying all Muslims, I'm saying the average Muslim does not go to their Quran for doctrine. They receive the doctrine from their imams, from their teachers, from the people around them, and they see how that might be corroborated by the Quran, sure. But they're not doing that kind of exegetical research themselves, usually. In order to understand Islam, then, there's so much more. There's, of course, even along the lines of doctrine, you've got the Quran, then you've got the Hadith, and then you've got the Ijma, if you're Sunni as well. You've got all these different things to consider how these fatwas, these Islamic decisions were made throughout Islamic history. You cannot do that just by picking up the Quran and reading the Quran. There's much, 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 much more to it. So the best way to learn Islam, I think, is to get to know your friends. Get to know the Muslims who are around you, who are practicing Islam, however it is they're practicing it, so that you can address their version of Islam. I know people who get very, very frustrated by picking up the Quran and showing a Muslim, what do you do with this verse here? And I don't know what to do with that. I mean, I'll ask my imam, but I disagree with the way you're interpreting it. That's how the Muslim will respond, because that's not how they often read the Quran. So if you really want to get to know Islam, and your Muslim neighbor, get to know them, ask them to explain their understanding of Islam to you. But, and I'll give one caveat to that, there is a significant amount of credibility that comes with saying, I have read the Quran. There's a lot of credibility that comes with saying that. And so if a Muslim says, have you read the Quran? To say, actually, yeah, I have. There is credibility, but I'd say that credibility is the only real advantage to having read the Quran.